up on the AVP tour finds us in San Diego, where the residents have golden tans, and center court has the Golden Girls. Olympic gold medalist Misty May and 6'3" of sunshine Kerri Walsh have already won 4 beach titles this season. But remember, since the legend of Achilles, every warrior has a weak spot. And it may only be a matter of moments before 2 competitors take down the seemingly invincible tandem of May and Walsh. The exciting, action-packed AVP San Diego Open is coming up next right here on FSN. So why not spend the weekend in beautiful San Diego, California? Maybe head over to SeaWorld, home of Shamu. I'll tell you what, the biggest of the AVP Women's Tour are not falling on this weekend. They are trying to reign supreme once again in front of young and old. You look at those brackets every week, and 2 names remain consistent. Misty May and Kerri Walsh. They're here again today in a beautiful weekend in San Diego, California to try to win another title. But I will tell you, as we welcome you to the beach, Mariners Point in San Diego, California, the San Diego Open presented by Bud Light. Misty and Kerri have some new opponents that they have never seen in a finals before today. And to get the official introductions of this, the women's final, our good friend, Geeter McGee.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's San Diego! Can I get a little noise? Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? You ladies are from Brazil. We have never met, so let me introduce myself. My name is Christopher Joseph McGee. They call me Peter. I am a Virgo, and recently, and unfortunately for you, I was married 5 weeks ago. But I'll tell you what, I've been on this job 8 years, and I'm so happy to welcome you to my court. First, Tatiana, can you come on down? You are the best, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello, Habibi! Welcome and welcome. Yes, in only their second event, here they are in the final. Wow. Wow. Do you know these 2 ladies? Do you know these 2 ladies? Team USA! Ladies and gentlemen, out of Long Beach State, California, the best offensive in all the world. 40 open wins already. She's been playing, she's been out of the womb. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Misty Trainer May, the M-Train. Her partner out of Stanford University, 2-time national champion, 2-time Olympian, the 2-time reigning MVP of the AVP.
Welcome to San Diego. Mike Goldberg, Sinjin Smith. Sinjin, we both love Geeter McGee, but I have to disagree with something. This is not his beach. On the women's side, this beach belongs to Kerri Walsh and Misty May.
And now I know more about Geeter than I do about the Brazilians, too. Hey, the Brazilians have their work cut out for them today. They're playing against the best team in the world, and they've already lost to them once today.
And it only took 30 minutes. It was earlier this morning, but the Brazilians have beaten some of the best teams on the beach to advance back here. It's like an Olympic event. It is an international fair here in San Diego.
That's right, and if everything goes according to plan, there'll be another gold medal for America.
That's Misty May and Kerri Walsh once again trying to do it. How will they do it? Take me through your Aquafina strategy session.
Well, we're going to start with Misty and Kerri?
Let's start with the Brazilians, our newcomers.
Okay, but they have their work cut out for them. They've got to forget the first match of the day, first of all. They've got to worry about this match and not let that get to them. They've got to jump serve as much as they can all match long, try to put Misty and Kerri in trouble, and they got to play defense like they've never played before.
All right, Marins and Minello will try to do that. How about Misty May and Kerri Walsh, the #1 team in the world?
Well, simple. No, actually what they got to do, I would say Kerri should fake block quite a bit because the Brazilians aren't that tall. Back up, drop off the net, and dig a few balls. Then go ahead, pass perfect. The only way they're going to get in trouble is if they don't pass the ball well. They're great passers, but really concentrate on the pass. Third, focus. You're playing against a team you've already beat. You've got to get fired up, focused, be beat them severely in the final.
Well, let's fake, drop, and block down to the sand and check in with the third member of our broadcast team. We welcome in Mary Strong.
Well, I just spoke with Kerri Walsh moments ago. She also mentioned that they've beaten this Brazilian team twice before this year, but all the games have been very close. She said this team is unpredictable. They serve very tough, especially in this wind, which is the perfect conditions for them. So Walsh says it's definitely going to be a battle out here today. She also said that the Brazilian team really has nothing to lose. It's their first time in the final, so it's very dangerous. Walsh believes they have to be extra focused out here today. Back up to you.
All right, Mary, great stuff as Misty May and Kerri Walsh can become the all-time leaders in domestic earnings in this, their 25th event. And passing Annette Davis and Jenny Johnson-Jordan with a victory today. Rules of the game, best 2 out of 3 games. First 2 games to 21 points, the third to 15 if needed. Rally scoring, which means a point is scored on every play, and you must win each game by 2 points. 21-18, 21-11 in just 30 minutes this morning. May and Walsh defeating Marins and Minello from Brazil, playing in their second tournament together. They finished 5th a couple of weeks ago at Santa Barbara and took May and Walsh in game 2 of a matchup there, Sinjin, to 27-25. So although they were dominated today a couple of weeks ago in Santa Barbara, they played neck and neck with Misty May and Kerri Walsh.
Well, different tournament, different game. Let's see what happens. If May and Walsh are on their game, they really should destroy them. But the Brazilians, like you said, they have nothing to lose. They can go for it.
That is Mimi Maris. And the mistake early, Kerri Walsh with the presence at the net.
Well, don't set the ball close to the net if you're the Brazilians. Kerri is up there. She's way over the net. Keep the ball off the net so you have a chance to get it by Kerri.
Mimi Marins, Tatiana Minello. Oh, and the service ace for Misty May as Mimi Marins and Tatiana Minello with a bit of confusion.
There's got to be a lot of pressure on them out here, being their first final, a big American crowd. Things are not on their side right now.
Marins with her first finish.
Now, Kerri did what I said she should do, drop off the net and try dig, but that was too good of a set. You've got to wait for the set to be a little bit off the net so you have a better opportunity to actually dig the ball.
You good?
They serve Kerri. And off the hand of Kerri Walsh, and we are tied at 2. Bud Light game time, and it is not as if there were not some impressive wins during this, during which they have moved their way through to the finals for Marins and Minello. Kerri Walsh. Creating a bit of havoc on both sides of the ball, and the point goes to the Brazilians.
Well, Brazilians played great defense that time, which led to a point. An ever needed point, ever so needed.
Well, 2 mistakes early. They fell down 2 love, but have scored the last 3 points. Short serve.
Come back.
Mistake. Kerri Walsh goes line. Tied at 3.
It's not going to be difficult for Kerri and Misty to get the ball over the block because she's about 5'9", which is kind of short for the bigger player on their side of the court.
That being Mimi Marins. Rare mistake, and again you can see the wind creating a bit of havoc on that side of the net. 4-3 Brazilians lead. Talked earlier just for a moment about how Marins and Minello have beaten some quality teams to get into their first ever final here on the AVP Tour.
Well, defeating the first games on Saturday, they only had one 3-gamer against Stratton and Niles. Today, unfortunately, a bad loss to Walsh, but they came right back in very strong fashion, beating Massacline and Bush to make it here.
They beat Massacline and Bush 2 weeks ago at Santa Barbara as well. Misty May and Kerri Walsh cruising, as seems to be their custom. They have now won 37 consecutive matches. Lindquist and Lindquist, victims yesterday, and they took out Walkholder and Youngs today. Sweeps again. And some of the other teams here in the tournament, Jen Kessie and Holly McPeak, their worst finish of the season. Finally eliminated by Bush and Massacline, they finished 7th in this tournament. Denise Johns and Alicia Polson, their highest finish ever. And that is a 5th as they took out Kessie and McPeak earlier over the weekend. Nancy Bush and Liz Mazzakayan, they lost in the semifinals. Liz is supposed to be making a coaching decision. Instead, at 40 years old, she's out of retirement and playing tremendously. And Rachel Walkholder and Elaine Youngs lost early and then lost this morning to none other than Misty May and Kerri Walsh, eliminated from the tournament. But our final results show them still with good points earnings in a 3rd place finish. Turner and Wilson, Johns and Polson in 7th. And Kessie and McPeak, as I mentioned, their worst finish of the season, losing earlier today.
And Massacline said, for sure, this is her last event. She's retired. I gave her a hard time the last show and said that she's retired more times than I have.
She's supposed to potentially coach Misty May and Kerri Walsh, right? See what happens. There's Misty May, offense 101.
Boy, that was a hammer. You don't back up on either May or Walsh when they get a set near the net, because they are going to blast away.
And the finish by the Brazilians, pardon me, the coaching decision on Elaine Youngs and Rachel Walkholder for Liz Mazzakayan. And Dane Selznick doing a great job again with Misty and Kerri.
Yeah, I think Dane would be upset if he got replaced.
Absolutely. No reason to be. Kerri Walsh with the finish. It is 5-5.
That was an incredible angle Kerri hit cross court inside the block, and it bounced down about the 5-foot line. Tremendous hit.
And Mimi just ruled by Kerri Walsh.
You know, the set was a little bit tight, but there's just nowhere to go. When Kerri at 6'3" is up and over the net and reaches into the angle, God, it's just a very tough thing to deal with, especially if you're 5'9".
Top blocker on the tour, 55 tournaments together, 35 wins, 24 by sweep. Oh, that's a strong finish by Mimi Marins.
Mimi got up on that one. She did not like being blocked the time before. She came back with a vengeance and just beat that ball by the block.
Sticking with them here so far, Sinjin. With the touch, Kerri Walsh.
You know, this set was right on top of the net, which is normally a difficult play, but Kerri gets up and over the block and pokes it to the open court.
11th different opponent, May and Walsh, meet in a U.S.-based championship match here. Beat the Chinese back in Boston. And now the Brazilians doing a nice job here in game 1. We are tied at 7. So Mimi Marins and Tatiana Minello get rid of the early jitters, and they're hanging with the best team in the world.
Hello, fight fans. The ring is set and the gloves are laced for battle in the Emerald Queen Casino I-5 showroom. Saturday, June 25th, get up close and personal for live world-class professional boxing in the Emerald Queen Casino I-5 showroom. Saturday, June 25th. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster or at the Emerald Queen I-5, the boxing capital of the Northwest.
I was this close to filing bankruptcy. My credit card debt was out of control.
I didn't know where to turn.
Are you overwhelmed by debt? Are creditors breathing down your neck? Do you feel lost and helpless? Then do what thousands of Americans have done. Join Debt-Free today.
Debt-Free got me out of debt and saved me thousands of dollars.
It's a great feeling knowing I'm helping my clients get out of debt and getting their life back on track.
Debt-Free is a nonprofit organization that works with over 50,000 creditors to get you out of debt quickly and easily.
Debt-Free got rid of my high interest rates, late fees, and penalty charges.
You make one easy payment a month. Debt-Free does the rest.
When I explain to a caller how Debt-Free works, I can almost feel the weight lifting off their shoulders.
Debt-Free saved my life and my marriage.
Thanks to Debt-Free, I'll be debt-free.
Debt-Free could save you thousands. Don't wait another second. Gather your bills and call Debt-Free today.
The AVP Nissan Series San Diego Open is brought to you by Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here. By Nissan, proud sponsor of the AVP and all things summer. By Aquafina, make your body happy, drink more water. And by Hall's Fruit Freezers, treat your throat. Well, a treat for you on a Sunday afternoon as the AVP Nissan Series stops here for the third year at Mariners Point in beautiful San Diego, California. Game one of the San Diego Open Women's Final presented by Bud Light. Tatiana Minello, 35 years old, 5'6", serves. 6'3", Kerri Walsh finishes down the line.
And Tachi, great serve, a jump serve from the bad side, a jump floaty, but Kerri was able to pass it well, get a great set, and then just put it away into the deep court.
We're ranked 4th out of 16 teams in Brazil.
Tremendous dinks, and they win the point.
Let's see, very hard hit ball. Look at moving right into position to dig that ball up in the air to keep the rally going, and eventually they get the point. Great dig by Tachi.
Here we go. With authority.
I'm so sure why they're serving Kerri. I mean, it's hard to choose because both Kerri and Misty are so strong offensively, but you'd think that they'd go to the shorter Misty May.
Most teams try to. Hasn't worked very well, but most teams try to. Here's the shorter with the touch. And the finish. Minello and Marin staying tight still.
The Brazilians produce so many great players. They have a very strong national tour. They've got players coming from all over the place in the country to play not only indoor, but now beach.
Bade and Bahar, world famous female players from Brazil.
Dynamic play by Misty May and the finish by Kerri Walsh. Remember a couple of weeks ago back in Austin, the Chinese team took Misty May and Kerri Walsh to 3 games in the finals.
Very unexpected. Chinese also starting to develop many good teams out there. Here's a sport that, you know, beach volleyball. What do you think of? You think of, well, first California, and then you think of, you know, United States. You don't think of these other countries. Now there's so many countries around the world that have national tours and are producing great beach volleyball players.
Plenty of beach in Brazil, but not enough beach that time for Tati to bring it in. 11-10, game 1. Misty May, Kerri Walsh. They often will finish with authority when you are looking at the offensive force, which is Misty May.
FSN Live, where the action is. We don't just give you the scores. Our FSN team of experts takes you inside the game. Kruger, Wilkins, Moon, Elo, Snapper, 6 Killer, and Rip In. 7 experts with a combined 116 years in professional sports. Our all-star lineup brings you unique analysis and perspective you can't get anywhere else. If you care about Northwest sports, you'll want to hear what our FSN A team brings to the table on FSN Live.
Why shop at a regular store when you can shop at a More store? More furniture for less, where you always get more. Buy any living room or family room. Get the sofa, love seat, coffee table, end table, and lamp all at one low price. And there's more. This week, pay absolutely nothing for 1 full year. Now open on South 180th, just off 167, across from IKEA.
More furniture for less.
What you wish you could do in real life, now you can do at vhix.com. Just click Auto on Comcast.net.
FSN, where Northwest fans come first.
After 4 events, our AVP Nissan Series point standings, a sizable lead for Man Walsh. That's what happens when you win every event. 7 straight, 8 counting the Olympics, 37 matches. 24 of 26 matches this year have been sweeps. McPeak and Kessie, as we said, knocked out of the tournament by Denise Johns and Alicia Polzin. They are 3rd in the standings behind Rachel Walkholder. And Elaine Young's beaten this morning by Misty May and Kerri Walsh. 11-10 game 1, May and Walsh in the lead. And finding a spot open again is 5'6", Tatiana Minello, Santa Maria. Brazil, and they speak in Portuguese during the timeout, so it is tough for us to speak at a Portuguesa and understand the strategy.
Speak at a Portuguesa?
Oui. No. You have nice beaches there. Oh!
And you can hear the crowd go, oh. You know, the serve can hit the net, and still it is in play as long as it goes over the net, of course, and that one just barely made it over the net.
Just how she planned it. Misty la la line, and it works. Very strong.
Well, I just overheard Dane Selznick, May Walsh's coach, talking. He says they're going to try and pull away right now by serving Minello. They went after Marin's in the past, but now Marin's expects the ball, so they're going to change things up a bit, and they hope it will spark momentum for May and Walsh. Sinjin, do you think it's going to work?
You know what? Yeah, anything's going to work as long as they play the rest of their game. If they side out every time, they're going to get points. That's what they do best, better than anybody else. If they don't side out like that, well, then they are susceptible. Brazilians are putting the pressure on.
Mimi Marins with a nice service ace. 14-12, the Brazilians lead. Game 1. Kerri Walsh finds the line.
This shot went over the block, and just, you don't have to be that good. You know, that's too risky getting that close to the line.
Especially in a critical part of this game, Sinjin. Misty went very deep for that serve. And a nice finish by Tatiana again. The Brazilians giving the Olympic gold medalists everything they can handle and a little bit more here in game 1 of the women's final from San Diego.
You ever think you might have worms? If your computer is slowing down or crashing or just acting weird.
E-acceleration with the full power of Stop Sign can make it like new again.
Stop Sign gives you virus protection second to none.
With a spam blocker and spyware remover.
Pop-up blocker.
And the Stop Sign firewall for all the protection you'll ever need.
Guaranteed.
You may be infected and not even know it. Go to StopSign.com for a free virus scan now.
With my credit, I never thought I'd qualify for a new computer. But with Blue Hippo, all I need is a home phone and a checking account, and approval is guaranteed.
We're talking to people who've discovered Blue Hippo Funding's Guaranteed Approval Program. It doesn't matter if you have bad credit or no credit, because we don't check your credit. Your approval is guaranteed with just an active checking account.
I started my own home business, something I never could have done without a computer.
And if you call in the next 10 minutes, we'll include a multifunction printer, scanner, copier with your order. A $250 value, absolutely free. And we'll also include a brand new digital camera, absolutely free. That's over $500 worth of computer accessories, all for free when you call in the next 10 minutes.
I don't know why anyone wouldn't take advantage of this. It's a great offer.
Mom, can I go on the computer now?
Just a minute.
This is your chance to get a brand new, brand name computer from Blue Hippo, regardless of your credit. And by calling and ordering now, you'll receive this digital camera and this multifunction printer, scanner, copier for free. But you must call now.
The poker phenomenon continues on FSN in an all-new weekly tournament with $250,000 up for grabs. It's the ultimate Bet.net World Poker Challenge, Saturdays at 11 p.m. only on FSN. To find out more, go to ultimatebet.net. Mike Goldberg, Sinjin Smith, Mary Strong on the beach in San Diego. San Diego Open presented by Bud Light. Stop number 5 this season on the AVP Nissan Series. All 4 tournaments have belonged to this team. Kerri Walsh and Misty May, they come out of the timeout to get a very important point to make it 15-14.
You know, during that last timeout, I had an opportunity to listen to the Brazilians and their coach talking, and I didn't know what the heck they were saying.
Thank you very much.
Not a thing.
Thank you.
Can we get Mary down there to get a translation for us?
Come on, Mary. She speaks Portuguese. Oh, net violation?
Yeah, just touched the net. It looked like maybe when she turned around after.
Jack you up.
Can block and then hit the ball again if the first touch is the block, but the touch on the net is illegal.
Yeah.
Good serve. Minello. Walsh. And Walsh again. Mary Strong speaking to Portuguesa. Mary.
Well, guys, I don't know Portuguese, but I did talk to the coach, and the Brazilians seem to have a very interesting strategy, one that most teams would call crazy. They're actually trying to go after Walsh. They know she's having trouble passing, and Walsh has talked about how she never gets the ball in game, so it's tough for her to work on the passing. So do you think Minello and Marins have finally found their weakness?
No, you know what? If you serve easy to Walsh, no, it's not going to work. But what they're doing, and it's been successful, is they're serving tough, even from the bad side with the wind at their back, which is where they are right now. They're going up and they're putting pace on the ball. If it's a regular jump serve or a jump floaty, they're still hitting it hard, and that would be difficult for anyone to pass.
Nice dig by Minello out two.
Misty, come on!
Misty made. And they missed it. Best point of the match. 17-16. Now the statistics will tell you, going off of what Mary talked about, Kerri on the season sees less than 20% of the serves. So it is a different strategy here for Marins and Minello to go after Kerri Walsh. But if she receives well, passes well, then she's at the net hitting.
That's right.
You don't want 6'3" in the face. That's it, and they avoid the 6'3" with Marins with good size herself.
At 5'9", she had to pokey that one up and over the 6'3" Walsh.
18-16, game one. Just long.
And that's the risk you take when you serve tough, especially with the wind at your back.
Yep.
It'll take the ball and carry it out of bounds. But they've got to take chances in their position. They've got to serve tough the whole time. They're bound to make some errors, but they're bound to make points as well.
Well, they have served Kerri Walsh 12 times in the match. Misty May only 3 times.
Thank you.
No carry there, miss hit, and that's a critical mistake at a critical time here in game one. 18-18.
Well, the referee thought that it was a double contact. In other words, it hit one hand and then the other hand. It's hard to see it on TV, but one hand first, then the other hand. That's a double contact on the set.
So a service error and then a double contact. Ooh. And it was 18-16 a moment ago. Now it's 18-18. Marin's in a veteran-type fashion, though. Strong finish, 19-18.
That was a one-legged basketball takeoff. Watch this. The set was just a little bit out of where she normally gets it, so it's a one-leg takeoff and bang it right by the block down the line.
Here we go.
Good.
Kerri Walsh. Second time these two teams have ever met. The first time was just a matter of hours ago, and so there is a bit of unfamiliarity, especially when you look at these Brazilians for May and Walsh. May and Walsh are on TV all the time. They can scout them. 9 teams. And it's out. Kerri Walsh nicely done at the net. Game point, May and Walsh. A little bit of overtime. Remember, you must win each game by 2 points.
The Brazilians would like to score these next 2 points to close out the game on the good side because they can really hit their serve.
She went after it. Tight touch to the net. Great set by Misty May. Game point number 2 for Kerri Walsh and Misty May.
This is what you can do when you're 6'3" and you're up high over the block. You turn your wrist and do the little cut shot straight down.
Tatiana keeps him alive. Tatiana Minello after a fine receive and pass by Mimi Marins.
Now the advantage goes to May and Walsh. They're on the good side. Although they're receiving.
The Brazilians fighting off 2 game points thus far. An international affair. And game point number 3 for the Olympic gold medalists. And they win game 1, 23-21, Misty May and Kerri Walsh. They were pushed as the Brazilians were able to push them a few weeks ago in Santa Barbara, but game 1 goes to the world champions.
Hi, I'm Jacob Green.